Hello, I'm Adam Miller, co-host and associate producer of the RPM Show. Now, in this video, I will be bringing what I promised about 6 weeks ago, which is my full analysis and review of the HBO show, The Pacific. Now, we have completely finished the series. It is now over. Now, it is now a point to recap and re-look at what we saw in the remaining 5 parts of the series. Now, picking up where I left off in my final video was, I believe, on the island of Peleliu, which went from there to it went into Lecky, which was James Dale's character, to his war wounds in combat or mentally, and which led him to be sent to a army hospital for the remainder of the show. Then Eugene Sledge was at that point just coming into the Marine Corps and was just thrown into combat. Now, John Basilone was still selling war bonds, but he then, in part 8, decided to become a gunnery sergeant. And he decided he wanted to train men and get them ready for combat. Now, John Basilone, that kind of ended rather tragically, as in that episode he got married, but he died, ended up getting shot on Iwo Jima. Eugene Sledge was pretty much the main focus in I think parts 7 and 6 and 9, where we were basically following him through combat, through just about everything. Okinawa, which was part 9, and the rest of the remaining of Peleliu on 6 and 7. Now, going into the Marine Corps, he was basically like your normal average guy, but it completely changed him. And by part 10, he was a different guy. What basically said when he goes to look for a job, the girl asks him, "So what did the Army teach you?" And he goes, "The Army taught me how to kill Japs, and I got pretty good at it." But now Lecky came back in part 10 as his wounds were healed, and he was better, and he was getting back to his wanted to go back to his journalist post at the paper where he was writing sports articles. And Lecky got married to the girl that we saw him being talking to in the beginning of the show in part 1, at the absolute beginning where the show began. And so that's that. Basically, I think this show, this is my full review on the show. I mean, that was basically a brief overcap of what we saw in the parts, but I mean, I'm going to leave the rest all up to you, because this is a series that is way too complex to describe in a short video. It's simply, you have to see it in order to get the full picture. But that was that. But in retrospect, this series was, I thought, one of the best ever made. I mean, not saying that Band of Brothers was the staple as to what this series has to associate itself with. This is basically the sister series of Band of Brothers, as many people have said already. I'm sure I probably said it already about 1,000 times. But this was a very intense, very muchly more grim, edgily intense series. It was a lot more in-your-face combat than Band of Brothers ever had. I mean, not to say that Band of Brothers didn't have its share. I mean, it certainly had its share every so often. But the Pacific was a lot more grim and a lot more in-your-face, kind of real edgy, real intense, human drama, and of course a lot of really intense combat footage. It was very much electrifying. I mean, I don't know if electrifying is the best word for it, but it was very oh God, what's the word? I can't. It's at the top of my tongue and I can't say it. Very, just compelling. That's the word, compelling. It's a very compelling series that, in my opinion, is totally worth every Emmy award and every critical acclaim there is. It's something that you really have to see in order to get the full story on the war in the Pacific. As everyone assumed it was. The Pacific War was literally hell for the guys that fought it. It's a series that should not be missed, especially now since the series is now over. All we have to wait for now is the DVD, which I'm sure will happen by Christmas of this year. So when that happens, you can go rent them, go Netflix, Blockbuster, or you can just go buy it like I will when that time comes, as I've saved up enough money, hopefully. But yes, the Pacific is a hugely phenomenal series. It was very emotional at many points, and just very intense. As I said, a lot more intense than Band of Brothers. Now, as I said, I hope this. As I said, this is basically what I said I was going to do. The full review, basically, and anything that can be said, it has been said. So if you have any questions about the Pacific, you can email me at adam@therpmshow.com. And if you have any questions with any of my other co-hosts, just email them at their respective email addresses that are on our website. Go to our website, therpmshow.com, and check out our fan page on Facebook and on MySpace, as well as our other YouTube videos on our YouTube page, as well as you can network with us on iTunes. So I hope this review was helpful for you. I know it's a week overdue that I originally planned to do it, because last week I had a few problems with a slight illness, but that's another story for another day. But in all honesty, go see the Pacific whenever you can, whether it's on HBO on demand or when the DVD comes out. It's something that you will not regret not missing. It's something you've got to see to believe. And when all is said and done. Until then, look for more videos that I will be posting on our page. I hope you have a good rest of the week, and I'll see you later.